Hey, this is Gary Archer, the founder and CEO for Botafide. I have some really cool stuff I want to share with you today. If you're not already a client, you can review this video that I'm making right now, which will give you some insight underneath the hood of Botafide and how that is going to work for you and your business. Our supercharged AI receptionist just does amazing things for the business owners, and I want to share that with you how that works. For those of you who are already clients, you don't necessarily have to listen to this video if you don't want to, but those that have been asking me the questions about how do I access my messages, calls, emails, chats, and maybe you haven't been through a demo with me or my team, therefore you may not understand. So let me just jump into this and show you what's going on here. If you look at the Botafide website, you just come here right now and access it here. And then if you look at here under help, you'll see client portal. Once you have an account with us and you're a client, you'll be able to log into your portal and you're going to see a dashboard that looks similar to this. So here we have the access to pest control, which is a demo that I have here with Botafide. You'll see at the top, this shows you your assigned number, email address, so that your AI can also talk back and forth with your future and current customers. And down here, if we scroll down, you're going to see qualified contacts, disqualified, or qualified. What this means is that one of the things that I see business owners are struggling with, and I'm going to explain what this really means to help them solve these problems. A lot of business owners are struggling with trying to do the work while they're doing the work or working with their customers, taking care of them. No matter what kind of business you're in, then you're getting distracted with spam calls, different folks giving you a call related to telemarketing, and the list goes on and on and on. Well, what we do here different at Botafide is we train the bot to specifically zero in on indicators and ask qualifying questions of the caller before we mark it as a qualified lead. That way you can focus only on the leads or the calls, the messages that matter to your business. So you don't have to be bothered with the ones that don't. Now, they will all show up in your control panel like you're seeing here, your dashboard, but we will segment them so that you can see which ones are qualified, which ones are disqualified. And in addition to that, in terms of alert and notification, when you get a call and you want to know that call came in just a second ago or a minute ago, you probably want to know if it's qualified or not. Well, we have a way of setting that up as well so that you will know if they're qualified or not. Or we'll only send notifications on qualified ones, and we won't send notifications on the ones that aren't, depending on your choice. So now we're going to move down here to conversations, and we're going to look here. You can see the different channels. This is obviously a test account. You can see emails, what number it was. If we had some text, they would show up there too. We have the phone. There's been 4 phone calls and 4 chats. If we scroll down a little bit further, I'm just going to expand this a little bit. You can see some of my testing here that I've done. What you'll see is a contact list that shows the conversations that have taken place up to this point. Let me just drill down into the more advanced view just here for a second, because I want to show you something that's pretty cool. If we come here and we decide we want to look at which ones have source and which ones are qualified, we can click on that and we can see, look, this was a phone conversation, this was a chat conversation, this was an email, and it will tell us if they were qualified or not, right? So this is a test call that I just did a few minutes ago, and I'm going to show you with it, or actually maybe an hour or two ago, but I'm going to open it up and show you what you would see. This would be identical in your dashboard. Although I do want to say this, I want to throw this in just so you're aware. The product is obviously always evolving right now. So as of the making of this video, this is what your dashboard looks like. However, in the future, because all of us in the AI race are moving very, very rapidly to improve our features in our product, it may look different in the future, but the principles and ideas will all be similar, but maybe with more features and functions. So let's just drive in here and have a look. we'll look at this call here by Tina, which was a test call. And you can see here that it was the source was a phone. You can see the summary about this call. The customer is inquiring about pest services for their grandmother, Tina, and yada, yada, yada. If we want to look at more details, we can click on that little button right there. If we want to actually listen to the conversation, we can go through here, listen to the conversation between the AI receptionist as well as the client or future customer. You can see the conversation here in detail, and this is how it works in your control panel. Now, you might be wondering, well, Gary, I don't know about this because I'm not going to be carrying a laptop around me in my business. I'm out installing garage doors or HVACs or whatever business you're in. And that's okay, right? Because I want to show you something here, right? We can switch this over to mobile view real quick. And you could visualize here that if you had your mobile phone with you, you wouldn't need a laptop. This has all been designed very nice, very elegantly, so that you can see the exact same stuff I just showed you mobile wise and be able to access the details and information right here. The entire system is designed for that, and you'll be able to come into your dashboard, look at all of your analytics and all of these sorts of things related to anyone that messages you on any of these channels, be it phone, email, text, chat, or schedules an appointment. So let's go ahead and break back out to desktop version again, and we will see the details that we just talked about. And now we're going to go back down into the overall analytics. Here is a dashboard that's going to show you the total number of conversations for the last 30 days, 15 days, or 90 days, so you can zero in very quickly. Conversations that were done, the qualified contacts, and then this breaks it down: phone, email, chatbot, similar to what you saw in the other view. All the analytics is built in here to help you understand what kind of messages your customers have sent you via one of the channels. That's pretty much it. Wait a minute. Hold on. I forgot. I was going to show you one more thing. Let me jump back here. So I wanted to show you this one here as it related to a customer contacting your business. Just imagine that being your business via email. So, it came in on an email source, okay? And if you look here, here's the summary of the email. And then if you break this down, notice there's no icon here for voice. That's because it was all been done through an email. But here, if you look, this came in from this particular email address from somebody called Bill. We're simulating that, of course. And you can see what Bill wrote, what he was interested in exploring with the service. And then you can see the bot responded back relatively quickly with all these details. And I'll show you here just so you know, right? So you can see the time here was July 14th, which is today, at 12:59. This person reached out to ABC Pest Control and had a couple questions. And right here you can see within a minute, it was within the same minute, you can see the time, right? It automatically responded. Now, I can assure you almost every business out there cannot respond that quick, right? You now, with the Botafide supercharged AI receptionist, has the ability to simultaneously do your inbound calls, your emails, your chats, your text, your appointments, all of that stuff simultaneously. And in addition to that, if you're in the field and you're on a phone call with someone else and you're having a conversation, it'll take the other call as well. You can take and have this set up where it'll just sit there and simultaneously 2, 3, 4 or more people, it'll continue to take simultaneous calls for you. You can't do that by yourself as an independent small business owner. I can guarantee you that. So anyway, you can see the whole dialogue and conversations all logged right here for your viewing. That's about it. That's all I wanted to cover today. I didn't really want to put a lot of detail into this and make it too long. I just wanted you to be able to have a peek under the hood. We get into more of this when we onboard you and train you how to use the product. We do all the setup, white glove for you, so you don't have to do this. We want to make sure that everything is tuned absolutely perfectly and works for your business, your brand, in the way that makes the most sense to solve your problems. So, anyway, that's it for today. I am just going to mention one other thing. If you haven't signed up with us already and you want that supercharged AI receptionist, I would suggest coming over here to the pricing area. You'll see we have a very, very fair price based on the service that we offer. You'll see the channels that are supported currently right now. There'll be more in the future. And you can just subscribe. And then after you go through that subscribe, you will be given an onboarding process that we will send you so that we can get this going and get you set up and going. Now, having said that, if you feel like that you have not learned enough from this call, or you feel like you have some more questions, or you want to have more of a customized experience of what your business would be like, feel free just to come over here, right here, and click on this link called Book Free Call Now. And we will take some time, either myself or one of my team members will take some time, and we will go through we'll just call it discovery phase of understanding what your needs are, potentially even build a demo for you around your business, whatever it takes to help you better understand this. That's about it for now. I will let you go, and hopefully you enjoyed this look under the hood with Botafide, and we look forward to you being a client soon. Have a good one.